Strong words by the general, no doubt, and he's expressing a very wide sentiment that is shared by many in Israel, and it reflects most of all the frustration by the generals and the army, and the growing frustration between the army and the political leadership. And I think that if he should have said that, most probably not, but he's reflecting this wide sentiment. And I think that eventually this is what the people is saying now. The leadership should deserve the sacrifice that is being done on a daily basis. And, you know, for me, it reflects the difference, the wide difference between the General Goldfuss and the ultra-Orthodox minister Goldknopf. Almost the same name, but such a big gap. And when we are speaking about unity in Israel, it should reflect the unity, and he shows the frustration more than the unity in Israel.
Eitan Dangot, your reaction?
First of all, the words are deep, strong, and they are bringing the emotions and the feelings on behalf of thousands of soldiers, men and female, that are fighting, commanders that are every day, 24 hours a day, are giving for what they were educated and what they were volunteered to do for the country. And I think that the feeling around us about the way some political are saying in public things are really a shame to a country in a war, and for sure not bringing any kind of positive effect on those who are fighting. And he tried to brought it. The problem is the way. The way as a military officer in such a high rank, you have sometimes some opportunities to bring the message to the political figures. Secondly, we are in a military structure, and he had to inform and to get. We are talking about one of the best commanders that we have in the IDF in this war, and he has a brave way to do it. But on the end, tomorrow, what we will is talk about those who will say some words in a way that we don't like them, because he talked in a unit way. And his words, as I tell, are really something that I feel in my heart, but it's not in my mind.
It's so interesting to hear him say, we bow our heads in the face of our resounding failure on the 7th of October, Ariel, because we keep on hearing the investigation will happen, it will take time, and heads will definitely have to fall in time, but it's going to take a long time for that to happen. And now we hear somebody actively involved in the fighting saying, we bow our heads, we acknowledge what went wrong, the failures on the 7th of October.
And taking it a step further, saying we are not running away from responsibility. That's kind of like a cheap shot at some of Israel's political leaders. But I do want to note that in addition to, obviously, we need to, I mean, this guy has been leading forces since October 7th, also bears the question, where was he on October 7th? But I think at the end of the day, he added, there's some statements that he put in his text that I think is important to highlight, that they don't get lost in the mix of a very important statement, that the politicians need to be worthy of Israel's human sacrifice on the battlefield. He said everyone needs to take part, and this comes as Israel is in the midst of a serious debate regarding military service for all groups in Israeli society, and that's what this key general is saying. He's proven his worth in the battlefield, so he has the military capital to say what he says, so to speak, even though not only in the IDF statement did they say that it wasn't coordinated with him, but he was summoned for
sanction
to be chewed out, as they say in the military. But at the end of the day, I think it's as important, if not more important, for a general leading forces in Gaza in war saying everyone needs to take part. We cannot go back to the reality of October 6th where not everyone takes part. I think that is also an element of the speech that maybe isn't highlighted as high, but I think it's as important, and maybe I think the political leaders are taking that message most to heart.
Certainly will spark lots of debate and reaction, no doubt about it.